The royal priest, Abraham and Melchizedek. The biblical account of the meeting between Abraham and Melchizedek is one of the most significant events in the Old Testament. In it, Abraham is tested by God and ultimately declares his allegiance to him with a tithe of 1/10 of all his possessions. The story begins when Abraham returns from a victorious battle against 4 kings. The biblical story of Abraham and Melchizedek, the priest king, contains a number of exciting details. According to the book of Genesis, after Abraham had rescued his nephew Lot from captivity in Sodom and Gomorrah, he was met by Melchizedek, who blessed him with bread and wine. In Jewish tradition, Melchizedek, also known as the king of Salem and the priest of the highest God, was The biblical story of Abraham and Melchizedek begins with God creating a garden called Eden in the land of Canaan. From this place, he commanded Abraham to leave his homeland and journey to the promised land. God promised Abraham that he would be blessed with descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky, and that his descendants would mysterious figures who appeared in the Bible when Abraham encountered him after his victory in battle. Melchizedek provided Abraham with bread and wine, blessed him in the name of God, and gave tithes to Abraham from all his possessions. This mysterious figure has been the subject of much debate throughout history as scholars attempt to unravel its true identity and origin. The traditional view is that Melchizedek was a type of pre-incarnate Christ. However, this theory has not been accepted by all Christian denominations. It is more commonly believed that he was an angel sent by God to meet and bless Abraham, as is seen in other stories throughout the Bible. Regardless of its true identity, Melchizedek remains an important figure in biblical history. As a result of his blessing to Abraham, he has become a symbol of divine approval and peace, a reminder to all that God's love and grace extend beyond time and space. In addition to being a symbol of divine blessing, Melchizedek is also an important figure in the realm of Abrahamic faith. His name has become synonymous with priesthood, and his legacy serves as a reminder that even today, we are still blessed by God's love and grace, whether you are Jewish, Christian, or Muslim. Despite the fact that Abraham and Sarah were already old and unable to have children, God promised them that they would still be blessed with descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky. To fulfill this promise, God visited Abraham in a vision and directed him to take his wife's maidservant Hagar as a concubine so that she could bear him a son. Abraham was hesitant to take Hagar as his wife, but Sarah gave her blessing for the union, believing it would bring about their long-awaited miracle of having children. Abraham fathered Ishmael through Hagar, and although this child was not part of God's promise, he was still viewed as an important figure in Jewish history. Later, when Abraham was 99 years old, God visited him again and told him that he would father a son through Sarah. Despite their old age, God miraculously granted Sarah's womb with the ability to conceive and gave her laughter because of her unbelief of what had been said. The fulfillment of God's promise came true when Isaac was born through Sarah 9 months later. Through Isaac's birthright, the entire nation of Israel emerged out of his descendants, proving once again that nothing is impossible for God despite all odds. As it says in Genesis 17:19, God is able to make something out of nothing, a perfect reminder of his power and might forevermore. The story of Abraham and Melchizedek has a special place in your faith. As you read this passage from the Bible, may it remind you of God's goodness and his unending love. Blessed be Abram by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, and blessed be God Most High, who delivered enemies into your hand. Genesis 14:19-20. Through his meeting with Melchizedek, Abraham sets an example for us all to follow, that is, to show our devotion to the Almighty through tithes and offerings. By giving willingly to him what we have been given, we can demonstrate our faith in him and his promises. May this story bring more meaning to your life as you seek to understand the will of God. May it serve as a reminder that no matter where we are, or what our circumstances may be, God's love and grace is always near. Amen. May the story of Abraham and Melchizedek remind us that God is always with us and his love endures forever. May this story bring you closer to him as you seek to serve him faithfully. Amen. May the story of Abraham and Melchizedek bless you with the knowledge that God is always right beside us, never leaving our side. May His grace be ever strengthening as we strive toward a closer relationship with Him. Amen. May this story of Abraham and Melchizedek bring you peace as you remember God's love for you. May it serve to deepen your faith in Him and trust that He will see you through all things. Amen. May the story of Abraham and Melchizedek remind us of how powerful God's love truly is, and may we choose to live our lives in service to Him out of gratefulness and thanksgiving. Amen. May this story of Abraham and Melchizedek be a reminder that no matter how far we may stray, God will always welcome us home with His love. May it bring us closer to Him and show us the way in our journey of faith. Amen. 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 May the story of Abraham and Melchizedek bring us closer to God and remind us of His constant presence in our lives. May it lead us to seek a deeper understanding of His love, grace, mercy, and faithfulness. Amen. Amen. May this story be an inspiration to all who hear it, encouraging us to live according to God's will with unwavering faith and trust in Him. May we strive for righteousness so that, like Abraham, we can be blessed beyond measure by God Most High. Amen.